Yeah. So last time we sadly left off in the middle of a science laboratory. It was a shame because I would have loved to actually get some town gambling type stuff done to get some more cards and that. But on the upside, we've had a few findings of some cards. I used one actually. I've done one new persona since the last stream. But do got a few healing cards in that. I want to donate some to the castle dude so I can buy more in case I can't find more. But new persona was I gave to Maya. Now everyone gets the discount, so nobody has to pay the 24. Everyone's 18, so it's not too bad. But Maya, because I've been dumping the majority of her points into tech, has over 400 SP now. So I figured giving her the currently most expensive, pricey one at the moment would be good. I chose this one because it's going to later learn Ice Breath. So. And there is an enemy in here that uses a lot of magic stuff, so it's kind of like, it looks like it works. Bonus gives vitality, so not a biggie, but I guess it'll help give Maya a little extra strength. I'm hoping I can maybe swap that over to a few other party members, since everyone seems to be compatible. I think Nate has learned all of its normal abilities now. Now it has this holy light that hits everything, but everything seems to be immune to it. Everything it hits has took its 0 damage so far, so I think the enemy actually has to specifically be weak to holy, or everything's immune to it here or something. I'm not quite sure what's the gist with that, but outside that, not much else new with personas or equipment. We do have a large sum of funds, which I imagine once we leave this place, it's going to go poof because of how much everything costs. I did use that one escape item. There were two very dangerous enemies here that I've encountered, and if I didn't use it, I risked losing about 2 hours of grinding, so I ended up using that, so it was kind of like, so I just like, shit. Oh, and you might be asking, if Maya has the new persona you made, where did you swing your healing one? Because she's been having the main healing one. I gave it to Ulala. It'll give her some agility, which she doesn't necessarily need because she still has tons of agility. But I was like, I think I'll give it to her. So that's Smoothing Melody. Pretty good healing. Pretty decent. So hopefully we can find a more future variation. The only thing that sucks is you can't use it outside of combat for some reason. I don't really know why they do that with someone moves like that. But anyway, so let's see. We'll play good on HP and SP, right? Yeah. So don't need to worry. Trish, now actually there is something I want to see. So when I loaded this back up to grind and went to see how much Trish was, she was 17,000. So I want to see, now that everyone's leveled up several times, if she's basing that price on a level, or if she's basing it on location. I think she's basing it on location. Price did not change. So yeah, I think it's based on where you are. Yeah, well. Well, you might be wondering what Nate might say. It's like, basically, yeah, she hasn't really changed. The greed is just as before. She was still hungry. Oh, actually, you know, I just realized. I don't think, we talked to Mr. Underboss about his opinion on anything here, actually. What do he has to say here? Well, I think I only used her, like, what? 2 times in essence, then? Let's see if he has anything to say about the Velvet Room. I'm pretty sure we already talked to Nate in the Velvet Room, but we'll do it again just to make sure there ain't anything new. Quite often. Yeah, he'll say something about the one friend. If I can get in the pool today? Well, if it's your own pool, probably. If it's a business pool, probably not. That nose! The nose! How could anyone forget that nose? Even in alternate timelines, I don't think anyone could forget Igor's nose. Could anyone in human history even possibly have a nose that long? I can't even imagine that being humanly possible without, like, massive plastic surgery. Like, massive. Anywho, we came in from this way, I think. Elevator, yeah. That was where we were. So, there was a shuttle here. While I was grinding in this area, running back and forth, I went a little too far this way, ran in these shuttles. But I need to get... It's my pool, but I need to get set up first. Well, it's been a while since, we had a pool. We used to have one a long time ago, but my dad was, pretty sick of setting it up after, I think, about the third year. So I didn't interact with the shuttle. I'm assuming it'll just say it's locked or, you know, can't even interact with it, so. But down we go, then. I don't even know what floor we on exactly, actually, and I'm
So,
sure.
who wants to have their face smashed in?
So, the two enemies that are really dangerous here are these dogs that will do suicide bombing against you. Quite literally, they will insta-kill anyone they hit. It sucks. Luckily, I know how to contact them. It took a while. Apparently, a lot of things down here, like either talking a certain way or being blackmailed. For some reason, that seems to be very popular here. The other one that is dangerous is, remember that Buckethead knight with like a lightning bolt in its hand that we saw at the Velvet Room? It's in here, and it's pretty dangerous itself. It has a lot of multi-heavy hitting shit, so... Now, I did have a contract with these bats, but I accidentally pissed them off. Now, if I remember correctly, Nate talking to it made it interested and happy. I made it just happy. I'm trying to remember. See, if I remember correctly, it's interested if I make... I think the three of them made it interested. So, obviously I've had a lot of time to mess with Nate's, different, combinations. Nate, for the most part, weasels his way into a lot of chats by using him first. He has alternate conversations about the future of the country. And, you know, depending on who, there's different interactions of that. And, like, this bat reacts very differently to many of them. I think this is the one that makes him interested. Nate himself makes him interested, happy. And then I think with Maya instead of Bofu in this combination makes him angry and interested. Like, so he's interested in talking about the future, but he has a alternate reaction to multiple of them. Okay, no, that one made him angry and interested. Was it with Maya then? Maya, mio, mayo. Oh, that one made him angry interested. Well, I can use Nate and make him happy interested and get cards. Now, the third one, it didn't show the happy, and you have to note, the third one will automatically go to the... If it's the third emote for one of the things, it will just do that one and not show any secondary effects. So that one I'm pretty sure made him happy interested. But since it was the thought interest, it just showed the interest. So you gotta be careful with that. Actually, that might be why I was thinking Bofu. Maybe I got tricked by the game itself. So, okay, so that is floor 1. So this is the basement level. Now, I did accidentally walk down here, but obviously it didn't reveal much. So where to start? Let's keep it on north for now, so we keep it lined up with the map. So, most of the dangerous stuff I know how to contact. The only one I don't know how to contact is the Buckethead guy. Now, I did have a contact with them. I lost it. I did try to spread some rumors too, and nobody knew any rumors calling. So, he gets interested with Bofu blackmailing, and he gets happy with Nate talking to him. However, any other combination with Nate I found makes him think it's too complicated, so just Nate makes him happy. So let's get a contract with him again. Now I think I got about over 300 some free cards now, so we'll be able to do, hopefully after this place and get some more Persona available, hopefully we'll be able to get more options. Oh fuck, I'm over 500. I'm really good on that. We got a few other ones. Hangman, Death, Temperance, Moon are doing pretty good. Still need a lot of these. I think I had trouble with Priestess, Empress, and Emperor in Innocent Sin too, I believe. Alright, so let's stick to, so there's a shuttle here. Oh no. You're gonna doom this? You're gonna make this like doom, so I'm gonna assume. Oh, no, we can go. At first I thought that was an elevator, apparently not. What we got going on in here? I don't like how those all start with J. Maybe. I wouldn't just go into random rooms, man. A person taken over by their persona. Yeah, the captive woman, for some reason, hasn't turned into a demon yet. I would be careful opening random doors, man. I'm surprised some of them haven't already tried to stab us. A lot of women in this area. Wow, that guy's freaking out. Nope. They're just all generic NPCs. Except for the one with the blue skin. Might want to close that one though. He looks a little dangerous. Don't like how he's looking at ooh la la. Well, I mean, as long as they don't hurt each other, I guess that'd be safe. Well, we can take them to the Velvet Room. We've already done that. Good luck. I mean, at least we can take them to the Vel. But then again, they could be in some kind of late stage or something of the effect of the Joker. But, I mean, Nate said best. You don't know unless you try. So, oh, well, it's better than 100. Well, you know what I mean. That basically, anyway. Kinda loosely. Very loosely.
You're
okay,
all
well.
under arrest.
You know what I mean. We're gonna try. Anyway. So, these things like being blackmailed, I don't like. The blackmailing thing is so weird to me. Didn't like it that time. He usually likes that. Anyway, give me those and 26 free cards, because I'll be hopefully winning a lot of those. I'm hoping I'll get some decent Persona to select after this. So I wonder what happens if you don't actually save those people, since it's just a side path down here. We didn't get any key items, so that seemed like that wasn't a necessity. Anyway, we'll just keep blackmailing them. Because they're weird. Creepy and the kooky, the strange and the spooky. I'm surprised we haven't met the dogs yet. They're pretty common from when I was grinding off screen. Okay, now there was an up path right there. If it's another containment area, because the hallway is kind of designed like that one. Might be a good idea to double check that just to make sure. But yeah, I want to like immediately shut down the dogs because they almost always commit suicide and kill 2 to 3 of party members. I've never been in a group larger than 3 of them in a battle, so there's never enough to kill everyone. But it's still very annoying. Because that's still your resources you have to waste to heal all that up. At this point, you're likely using Persona that are using at least about 10 SP or more at this point. Like, I would think if you're still using your really low Persona, while they're incredibly cheap, but, you know, they're not as effective at this point. The amount you're healing is a bit low. Man, I'm really like, I didn't get to run into so many of these things when I was grinding off screen. I'm surprised I'm running into so many of them. Give me the cards. Give them up! Little weird genie thing. Okay. Go there. Is it just big loop-de-loop? Yeah, just a big loop. Whoop. That was a waste. There are no dogs. Are they like only on the above floor or something? I can work with that because I guess these things are just more common down here. Okay, I know the response for this one he likes. Stop asking questions. There you go. Stop trying to break my contracts. See, that's what like gets you with a lot of your contracts when they ask random questions that aren't always the same. See, like, he was happy the last several times with that. Now he's pissed off. That's usually when you're gonna lose a contract is because of the random shit questions it asks. It's like, yeah. But yeah, I haven't had any luck with any other Woomos, so far we've only gotten one Demon Woomo splitted. So, apparently there are not as many at the beginning of this one. Okay, so... nothing else down that way, so we need to go up this way. So we need a card to progress through a door down there. The other shuttle didn't have any dialogue, so I don't know if that one just stays closed and heals the dogs. So these dogs also like being... I can't remember if it was just Bofu or with Maya. Let me try. They like one of the blackmailings. Okay, yeah, it was just Bofu. Yeah, I highly recommend shutting down this fight. Because these things will kill your partners. So just get them out of the way. I don't think I found what makes them happy, and at this point I think I'm not too worried about it. I'd rather just not have anyone blow up. I'll live with them. Now level-wise, the bats, I was able to make a contract recently, but when I started grinding a little this morning, they said I was too low leveled, so apparently I'm still a bit under-leveled, apparently. Though I can't make one with them now, like I said. So, let's see. Both of them? That one was Maya, wasn't it? No, you know, I think... yeah, because I know that one makes him happy, but since I got 2 interest on that, I can still win now. I don't think I found one that just makes interest, actually, I think. Because it's a little... see, I'll show you, I'm almost like 99.9% sure that also made happy. Oh, what are you doing, my confused soul? But this is the basement. Yeah, maybe you'll find a few other sympathetic scientists. One away. There was way too much Silent Hill 2 syndrome in this game. There were so many doors that do not... ooh, there's a different door. Oh, no, never mind. It was because it was on the edge, though. Never mind, never mind. Anyway, blackmail. I do not want death. So I gotta hope I find sympathetic scientists that are like, yes, here's my card. Break into our high security building. So you're gonna be setting up your pool today, by the way, Dan? Or you just not feeling it, but you wish you would? If you are, you're just starting to sound like my dad more. I think the one on floor 2, not floor 2, on the first floor, I think that one was, it needed a, 2, it said 2 on the door, I believe.
You're all under
complain about the dogs not showing up, and now they're just religiously around. This is what I get for opening my big mouth instead of just be like, hey, this is good. I should just go with it instead of complaining about something that's good. No, my logical thinking's like, oh, I'm curiously odd. Why are they gone all of a sudden when I fought them like 70% of the time? You've no idea how many times. That language one always throws me in a loop. You never know what the hell one they want to fucking heal on that. Yeah. Yeah, we haven't had a pool in a long time. I mean, shit, that was back when... Hell... I don't know, back when I was like fucking... 15 or something? That was a long time ago. And fight immediately. Ba bing ba boom.
I feel sorry.
Humans. Now, of course, like zombies and other humans, you can't really contact them. So I didn't actually try. What? Okay. Just kind of wondering what the hell they would say. Yeah, I do need holes to level up some. Cause I want to get the ice breath. Because assuming breath attacks are similar in instance in, they hit everyone in instance in. So that should be a good investment. I hope. If they don't know. On the upside, I do have a few multi-attacks, so loops like this shouldn't be too bad. Sadly, bite sucks. So I need to get a different, because you got Nimble Maya has like virtually no strength, so that's obviously not going to be beneficial to her. I don't think anything's ever going to be beneficial to her unless the persona itself has high strength. I believe how the stat, like, in Persona 3, 4, and 5, your characters, all the personas make up those stats. But your persona and your character have their own separate stats too. And I think, if I remember correctly how I've noticed of it, I think you're getting like 50 or somewhere around 30. It's definitely not 100, but a portion of those stats are affected. So probably the only way Maya's gonna ever have a decent damage ratio with any physical persona attacks is if the persona has really high strength. And I really doubt we're gonna really find that. But hey, could happen. It's possible. It's not impossible. It's just probably not gonna happen. I mean, you probably obviously could build Maya to be strength. I mean, you know, you get the power to customize or however you want, but a lot of personas are very support, so you'd have to go out of your way. Oh, okay, so there's that one item. So we definitely want to grab that first. Dick move. Dick move. Okay, then, okay. Lab rats and a damn maze. I think our choice has been made for us.
I shall show you the difference in skill.
Yeah, might as well just kill these two. They'll just by themselves. Luckily, the other nice thing about the smoothing melody is it only costs 8 SP as long as they're compatible. So that's a really good price for the amount it is. Ah, heal. Now, Nate and him can do Shot Boulder. And it does usually like 100 to 150 to most of the enemies here, so. Ooh, damn, that was real good. Now, oddly, I have not gotten any mutations with them off screen, though. That I recall. So, haven't really had any luck on anything new coming out of that. Stop blood sucking. This will do so much damage. Hurry up. See, this makes me slightly interested in trying out the Innocent Sin on PS1 now. Before I do a review of it, I would like to try and pop that in my Japanese PS2 and try to do a little of the beginning to see, like, the difference in the difficulty. Because this game has just been, yeah, we're not giving you a fucking break. Unless you grind heavy, you are not getting it. Does that open those? Only in B. Okay, so hopefully that open these. No. Oh, I did notice that door. I think it's telling me I need to run all the way back around if I want to get that one fucking chest. That would suck. Do I really want to run all the way through the basement to get that one chest?
Go.
I mean, maybe if I'm lucky, there's a way forward that ends up going back. Probably not.
Persona.
Yeah, and I know that doesn't do any damage, but I don't really want to change up the commands unless I really, really have to.
What?
But yeah, these are the enemies that use a lot of Aqua. They were also pretty common. On the upside, they can't hold both of either. So.
It's over. Persona!
Yeah, you punks.
Endure a blow and administer two. That's the secret of battle.
The secret of battle. Huh? Okay, well, that obviously doesn't affect those, so... Yeah, it looks like there's a gate thing right there, so there might be hope of coming around. I'm not sure if those will... See, that gate has two little squares, and those aren't designed like that, so I'm not sure what those are. There might be a chance we get to go around, maybe. Well, let's see what's this way for us then. Really? That's all? Well, there must be something further ahead outside that chest that gets affected. We'll get rid of these dogs. Be blackmailed. Yeah, honestly, like, trying to contact demons in this one just confuses me a lot. Because all the commands, like, trying to think logically about, like, who likes being blackmailed? Who wants to talk about Japan's future as a country? Like, who wants to be interrogated? Like, it's just... They all have really bizarre conversations that it's just like, would Jack Frost like being like accused of being a criminal? So that one, let's see, it looks like it is heading up there. So let's see, switch. And that's probably gonna do the same thing. That's also an A. stairwell there. There's a B. But the thing is, that one switches
You wanna
between
go?
two A's, ain't it? So isn't that kind of pointless? Wait. Double check it.
Persona.
Yeah, basically, if you have somebody that can cast the all heal spell cheaply, I mean, you might as well just leave it on auto. Now, if it's super expensive, that's different. He stole our summon. I'm just saying, it's just bizarre trying to think of logical. It's like, okay, this one might like
Go.
just a lot of bizarre thought process
We'll
of
hear
what
your
they
excuses
like
at the
and get
station.
interested in and get pissed off on. Like, you think everyone would be hate, like, it's like, oh, I'm being interrogated as a criminal. Well, of course I'm gonna be pissed at that. So let's see. Yeah, that was an A there, and yeah, that was an A there. So if you, unless that switch does something different, you would just trap yourself in there. So let's see if it does something different, maybe. Yeah. Traps yourself in here, so that one's kind of pointless. So just gotta see what's down there real quick. I mean, what's the point of that one? There's literally no point to it. Let's see, another Silent Hill 2 door. Might as well just call it Silent Hill Syndrome in general. I mean, at least with the original games before the Americans started touching them. I still need to do Downpour and
I leave it to you.
Downpour, Shadow Memories, and what's the beta one? It's like something of Pages or something. No, Book of Memories. That's what it was.
Go.
Book of Memories. I mean, I played a little bit of Book of Memories because I do own it. It was really, like, back when I got a Vita, it's probably one of the first used games I got for the Vita. But, yeah, pretty... it's not saying. Even as a spin-off game, it's pretty mediocre, really. It's basically a rogue dungeon game in real time as opposed to turn-based that most like rogue Magic Dungeon-esque games are. It's a more gauntletly, but it's really basically a rogue game, essentially. Pretty much. But yeah, I'd like to actually play it. I need to whitelist my Vita TV because you can get to play. You just have to do the whitelist thing. And I just haven't done that. Mainly the reason is somebody's just still been updating it, so I like usually when it comes to doing a compromise thing like that, I usually just like to wait for them to, you know, stop. That way you don't have to worry about, oh, I can't update my, you know, fly the system or something, you know.
Hurry up.
So I'm just kind of hoping they'll be done soon and then I can whitelist it.
Endure a
That's
blow
looking
in
like it's
Minister
more and
2.
more likely.
That's the secret of battle.
With the thing with Peggy making the price increase to... I'm not sure I remember the whole situation. It's like something about like they increased the price to do a Peggy waiting on the Vita for some fucking reason. So now, like, everyone who does a lot of shit on the Vita, they're like, oh, well, I guess I'm not gonna do any more Vita shit. And people are like, why? Because it's like, well, what's the point of porting something to the Vita or something, when you're going to exclude like half the world, the European territory. That way you like, because it's either pay the fee, which is going to be at a loss. From what I understand from developers, it's going to be like a loss if they do a piggy waiting with Vita now. So it's like you either exclude releasing it in piggy, or you just don't do it at all. So a lot of people just in generally saying that they'll not likely going to be doing it anymore. So whatever the fucking we like, oh, here's those electric bits. I haven't found anything that makes them happy either. Now, if I never quickly, Nate's conversation with her makes her happy, interested. Yeah, happy, interested. Then doing it with you should make her angry, interested. Yeah. Then I can just finish up with Nate. Like, thank you for calling Discovery. My name is Peggy.
There needs to be a drastic reformation.
We got a little chest here. Explosives. Explosives! Explode! Okay. I believe we can go up. That's gonna hit that B shuttle. So, unless there's something white there, I'm likely just gonna go back up the stairs now. I mean, that's what Europe calls the waiting board. It's Peggy waiting. It's just kind of weird because I don't understand why it's going to cost more about on the Vita all of a sudden. Like it's something that, like when I read about it, some dude like they recategorized it or something. Like I don't know.
Do not fall behind.
Whatever, you. Thank you for killing the Vita, I guess. You know, speaking of weird stuff, do you know about the what do they call it? The Coleco television or whatever the hell Tommy's calling it? I know that's been getting a lot of controversy because of patents. Good old drama patents. But honestly, I don't think that thing's gonna do very. Like, I do agree with some of the things Pat brings up. Like, I don't understand the target market he's going with it exactly. But that doesn't necessarily mean it'll fail. But you know, only time will tell that. To me, it's not interesting because from what I understand, the majority of it's gonna be digital, which I usually hate most of the time unless it's DRM-free. And to my understanding, that's going to be similar to the Xbox One's launch system, where you do need to identify ownership over the internet. My understanding for that is because apparently the game goes in the controller if you get a physical version. He did say they're all going to be physical, but apparently it's going to be stored and put in the controller. Because he did explain in an interview with Witch that you can like just take your controller to some friend's console of it, be like, there, all my games are on it, we can play it while I'm here. So obviously it has to be stored in the controller to some capacity. But it's going to have a checking system because if it doesn't, then, you know, privacy. It does actually make me wonder, like, how much security the thing might actually have. see, I might just dump all of it in the Vitality, actually, to get all... it's still not enough for 300, but next one I'll get all over 300. But yeah, the device, like, the only thing for any gaming person's likely going to be interested in is a new Affiliation game. That's exciting to see. It's supposed to be exclusive to it. So I don't know how that's going to work out, because a lot of video gaming people are not excited about the device. I mean, a lot of people have been overcritical about it. But I think he calls it the was it the Amico television? Okay, so Tommy is a guy who did the music for Affiliation. He worked on Affiliation, the Genesis Aladdin. He worked with the Dungeons Layer. Well, I'd hate to tell you, but you're actually terribly wrong with that. The game actually goes into the headset, and the controller has a gigantic, fat battery pack that needs 6 batteries on it. So, I'd hate to be that guy, but you're actually terribly wrong, though. The game slides into a slot underneath the headset. But, I think it's the Amico Intellivision, I think he calls it. I might be getting the name wrong. And GameStop is having a limited purple version of it. I'm not very shocked you haven't heard about it, because like I said, most gaming people have been just be like, because in interviews... okay, so let's explain this. So there's like a giant controversy with the thing between some people. Pat, the NES punk. He first started doing negative stories about it. Being very negative, and Tommy, like, they live near each other, like about like a 30-minute drive from each other, so he's like, I'll literally invite you over and let you play it, try it out, because he's apparently let people like John Wiggs and stuff try it out. The power stored. Wait. Let's system with. Oh. I was about to say, wait. I see you. I see what you did there. But we were still talking about the games being stored on the controller. So, but I'll give you that. Because you didn't word it with games, so you're technically right. But I'm pretty sure that's still what you were trying to say, though. But I'll give you it. In the courts, we'll give it. But anyway, so Pat the NES Punk started a huge controversy. Now, I used to watch him a very long time ago. Nowadays, he's became like Angry Joe to me. Well, whoa, we got new enemies here. He's became very angry, pissed off. I wouldn't say he's quite Spoony levels, but yeah, it just sounds like the old man on the lawn being mad at the hip kids sometimes, kind of thing, when I see clips of him sometimes. So, not really a fan at all anymore. Especially after that whole PlayAsia thing. Back when PlayAsia was doing Dead or Alive, Beach Volleyball 3 or that, PlayAsia was advertising they had the exclusivity on the Vita game. And they got completely wrong by misunderstanding it and think they meant all versions of it. So, and they lost their mind so bad over that. And they never even corrected themselves after tons of people pointed out. It's like, no, they meant the beta version, not all of them, so. See. Like, justice and evil are made by humans. I thought that one would work. But, yeah, so there's been controversy between the two because he won't go and actually test out the unit, and Tommy's like, just come test it out, you know? You can still hate it and stuff and that. Just, I want you to test it out, see it out. So then Review Tech USA did an interview with him, and he caused more controversy, Pat did, because he's like, he's a shill because he's wearing a t-shirt for the system and stuff. So there's been a lot of controversy between the three of them for the system. So like I said, I actually agree with some points that I think Tipster's done a better job on being cautious about. Well, Pat's just been more dramatizing about, but the concerns are like he's going after basically the casual market with this thing. And it has a lot of mobile games advertised, but he says there's going to be no pay-to-win, loot boxes, nothing that involves microtransactions like that on the system, which is heavily what mobile games, especially free mobile games, do on mobile. So, a lot, like, I agree with the, like, I don't understand how you're going to encourage these companies. Oh, I want you to put, gambling / beg your mom or dad for money or just use their credit card games on our system, but take all that stuff out. Like, I don't really see the mobile developers going, give up all the free money shit and, like, I mean, like, I understand what Tommy's doing. He wants to take a more high ground and making a child-friendly system. He wants to target families that don't have to worry about mature, like, I don't agree with his, he made a comment saying, I don't agree with, Nintendo letting censor-free games on their system. Like, he's like, I think they need to censor, like, Sony. He has some problem with that. My argument with that is, what about DVD players then? Because last time I checked, all DVD players quite willingly play porn DVDs just as much as Scooby-Doo DVDs. So, that's my kind of comment on that kind of thing that he was using in that. I'm not sure if Angel's gonna like being interviewed. So I don't agree with his point on how he's his views on violent games and stuff, but you know, agree to disagree. But targeting the casual, like, he's using the Nintendo Wii as a justification that there's a chance it can be successful, and it can be. Like, there's been weird things that have been successful. I'm not saying it has no chance, but I just don't see mobile devs going like, let's get rid of all the money transactions and just put the game as is, very cheap. He said, I believe he said no game currently is going to cost more than $9.99. So I'd rather pay $20 for a mobile port of 9 on mobile than download a freemium game. And you know, a lot of people criticize expensive mobile games like that. Like, Square Enix is actually very notorious for having expensive mobile ports, and a lot of people criticize that. The mobile market is just used to it either being super cheap or free. And that I don't see it just being a simple transactions. Like, with the game players, it might not be as big a deal, but the devs, because a lot of if you can get a successful game with mobile transactions, you're raking in money. Like, no matter how like, there's people paying for really stupid, like, there's people throwing shitloads of money in loot boxes and sports games just to get fucking better players. Like, in a sports game. In a sports game, that becomes usually worthless in, like, a year. Like, tell me how many sports games have now literally became dollars after, like, the newest entry come in. They're like, so worthless. And people dump money in the loot boxes trying to get better players and shit. Like, I flabbergasted. So, in the mobile market, it's worse in that aspect, and I just don't see devs like, okay, so I have these successful games that people, regardless of whether it's reasonable or unreasonable, are paying money for the transactions, or I could port it to Tommy's new console thing and not have any of those transactions, and the game costs $9.99. See, as for your DVD argument, I would say the company who makes the DVD player has no control over the DVDs that are made. And that's true, but my point is, he's using the, think of the children, basically. Like, and if you watch and it's a really long interview. I think it was like fucking 5-hour long interview with Review Tech USA. But he basically saying, like, he also did I would recommend looking up the interview Tommy did with Tipstore. I think that the Review Tech one's not bad either, but Tipstore was asking more of the concerning consumer questions, in my opinion. I wouldn't watch Pat the NES Punk. That's just watching two old people be angry. I wouldn't recommend watching that myself. You can if you want, but I wouldn't recommend it. What? Wise? I mean, I could try Nate. How dare you care about the future of your countrymen? Die in the name of heaven! I swear, angels in SMT games are some of the most illogical angels I've ever seen. Oh well, burn them then. But my point is, if you're thinking of the children argument, like, oh, I'm worried about my children getting on eShop or something because I can't put in parent controls. I'm concerned about seeing these games not meant for them on Nintendo being advertised or something. Like, the DVD player does not restrict what DVDs you put in. He wants them to censor games like PS4, like Sony decided to do. And obviously, I disagree with that full-heartedly. I feel like it should be the consumer that dictates, and you should obviously be raising your children, which is the argument Tipstore brings up. You should be responsible for your children. We can't cuddle everything. Oh my goodness, that's not good. Okay, I think we're getting the fuck out of this fight. I think we're getting out of here. Ulala's still alive, so she can do the runaway. We'll try, if we get a group with a small amount of these guys. I'm not gonna mess with too much insta-kill heal, so, Ulala. Let us exit stage right. Go. See, I purchased Final Fantasy 9 for XCOM, Vice City, San Andreas, Planescape, and probably more console ports on mobile. I have no problem paying for ports of good games. I'd whether they are good ports. And that goes back to the argument of parents need to be parents. I let my kids play Switch. They play Pokemon, and I don't. And don't go on the store. Yeah, but yeah, and I agree with that. I agree with that. That's how I think it should be. Because, I mean, Tommy's trying to do a bad middleman. That's in all these interviews he's had, and people discussing about his console thing. He basically is trying to do a bad middleman, because he's trying to say, I'm for art and everything, but I think Nintendo should censor, like, Sony. So, I don't think that's a good middleman. And I'm not talking, like, I followed Tony for, like, I watched him back when he was on G4 and shit. I have a signed music disc from him. If you've watched my convention videos, when I used to do a few conventions, I literally went to a panel and got to meet Tommy. He's a very nice guy, and some people actually, like, because of some of the interviews, been calling him SJW. To me, an SJW will not actually talk to critics or people that they disagree with. And the fact that he's been willing to talk to people, went on Tipstore and that, Because Tipstore was in the more consumer, but without being an asshole like Pat was. But Dan, that requires you to act like a responsible parent. That's a lot of work. And don't go on. Yeah. So that's like the biggest thing I criticize with stuff that Tommy has said so far about his console. But overall, I mean, I have no problem with him releasing his device. I mean, it could find a market with you're telling me. Well, I'm not necessarily saying it's simple. And how are you doing today, by the way, Aaron? But, see, instant kill hurts, bro. Actually, I should be having both of them do that so he can recover his SP up some. Speaking of the instant kill, I might want to do a save since we have gone a bit into this dungeon now. But yeah, I just don't see the target he's got, because his target demographic mostly plays mobile phones. And, like, I can understand the appeal of trying to do the more high, like, how to put, okay, have you ever watched a story about when JCPenney decided to stop lying to, like, if you don't know about the clothing market lies a lot about the real price of, like, usually when you see, like, sales on clothing, half the time that's actually the OG price. It's just set up to look like that so you feel like you're getting a deal and be like, oh, this is a deal, I should buy this. You know, like when you see, like, say GTA 5's brand new. Let's just go back and say it's brand new right now and you saw it at Goodwill for $15 sealed. You know that's a deal. Well, you don't have that simple comparison with a lot of clothing. You don't have a simple way to afford to what its OG price. So clothing prices are very weird. But I think it was Company Man who did the video on YouTube. But there was a time where JCPenney's like, we're gonna stop lying to you. We're just gonna actually straight up tell you the real price is not do any of this foolhardy. We're gonna have sales and shit. You wanna know what happened? Can you guess what happened? If you don't mind digital, then mobile is some decent games. Yeah. But he doesn't want to have microtransactions on it. He's said in multiple of these interviews there will not be any form of microtransactions outside of just buying the game. You buy the game and that's it. No loot boxes, no weird buy items, experience packs, faster leveling up. Yes, Aaron got JCPenney lost shitloads of money because they stopped lying about the prices. And that's what I feel like is going to not work with Tommy's new system. I appreciate the fact that he wants to take a more high ground and not have shitty microtransactions in it, but you got people who are addicted to them that have to keep paying for them. Like there's people like buying these that wrestling game Phil plays. You know, they're just buying cards. Those also with anime waifus and shit. You're just buying pictures of like loot boxes that give you pictures of characters you like. And, you know, the rarer they are, the more, like, with the anime waifus, the more looter it is. And with the wrestlers, I guess it's a better picture of them, I guess. I don't know. Maybe it's for Housewives, the wrestling game. It was called the True Price Policy or something like that. Yeah, I think the Company Man did a video on it, I think. Look it up on YouTube. I know there was a very good video on it. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The good mobile games all pay up front and microtransactions. Not because they lowered prices, but because they stopped saying things. Okay, so let's say this shirt I'm wearing. Let's say the real price they want to sell it for is $15, but instead they say it's on sale for $15. So you think it's the wheel value is $15, and the price tag says it's supposed to be $20, but it's on sale for $15. They're lying to you on saying it's on a sale. So with what Aaron's saying, where they got rid of it and bought the true price, now they're just saying it's actually $15 and it's not on sale. Exactly. And see, that's why I always tell my mom, it's like, you don't have anything to compare most like, when you look up, like, trying to look up clothing prices to compare to see if something's actually on sale is a fucking nightmare, unless it's like some name brand thing, like big name brand thing that's at all the stores. It's kind of hard to really get a actual, like, I can't find this thing at some other store. And it can be a confusing fucking mess. Okay, looks like there's a shuttle thing over here. Yep. It's... Oh no. Not more grates. I'm not sure what those ones do. Oh, and more switches. But yeah, that mindset is what I'm afraid is going to make Tommy's system fail. I give him, like I said, I give him props for trying to do a more high ground on not wanting to have shitty microtransactions on the system, but people are addicted to it. There's people who literally want to pay for stupid shit. So basically, they're always on sale price, but they just don't call it on sale. Yeah, they use the on sale price, but yeah, they're just using it as the legit price. Yeah. Clothing, you should always be suspicious with clothing that's on sale. Okay, so we need a second level key card now. Like, I tell my mom that all the time, like, when she's like, oh, and it's on sale, supposedly. I'll always say, supposedly. Okay, we're not dealing with the angels right now. I want a small little group of the angels. Give me a small group and we'll try them out. But yeah, you should always be suspicious of clothing sales. My thing with clothing is, the more of the store that's on sale, the more suspicious I'm going to be. Now, that's not to say you can't really find sales on clothing. Obviously, there are real sales too. But it's not as simple as, you know, most video games are usually $59.99, $49.99, or $39.99. And very rarely these days, you still can find some that are $19.99 and $29.99 brand new. You know, like, we're talking about, like, launch prices. But usually, you find them mostly for $39.99 on the low tier end, usually. But, you know, we kind of have a very simplified, you know, what's brand new price and when shit's on sale on that. Clothing is just a much more complicated system of finding shit that's on sale. See, I hardly ever worry about sale prices because when it's not on sale, it's $100, but when they put it on sale for 50%, what I love is the buy two half off. And at least with that, you know you're actually getting something off. But yeah, sadly, clothing stores are just like a really big scam. A lot of them are a really big scam. Okay, so I need to switch that switch to go through there. Ow. Okay, don't try to go around the pillars. Pillars are a bad idea. Everyone is like, oh look, it's a good deal. I'm like, no, that's 50% off. Big deal. But yeah, clothing's just a complicated thing, and that's why I feel like the problem with Tommy's Amico Intellivision thing, or however you call it. I haven't been following it super much. Just some of the drama I've heard. I did watch Tipstore's interview, and I listened to review text while I was driving to work, because his was really long, and I wouldn't say it was worthless like Pat said, but it was mostly being more positive and not asking too many hard questions. But Pat just, you know, is just being an angry old man on the lawn. Get off my lawn, kids! But yeah, Tommy's basically hoping it'll be like the Nintendo Switch. Because, I mean, some of the points he brought up with the Nintendo... Well, no, not the... Like the Nintendo Wii, not Switch. Like the Nintendo Wii. Because a lot of people did buy the Nintendo Wii and just play fucking Wii Sports. They never bought another game. It had a large install base that didn't buy a lot of games. So we have 2 staircases. There was another one that was right there. So, well, let's go up this one first, I guess. It's just... Yeah. So we gotta find another switch to go through this one then. So there has to be another way to get around to over here then. Now the question is, do I want to have B or A active going up the other staircase? That's the true question. But yeah, so if you haven't seen the device, it's a, you know, you have the console itself, and you have what look like 2 little phone things with a big dial and a small touch screen on it. And he, like I said, he generally wants to interest people in the mobile market to his system. Moms, casual people concerned about violent, sexual games. Because it's supposed to be purely a child-friendly system. It's not going to have anything mature. I think he said he's not going to have anything be above teen, I think he said. I think. I can't quite remember. Can there ever be a fair price? Why JC's pennies strategy backfired? Business review. Might take a look at that. But yeah, there was somebody who did a very good YouTube video on that. But yeah, you can take a look at that. That's a starting place. But yeah, a very interesting structure of how being honest actually fucked them over pretty bad. And it's really sad about how a lot of people get in these really bad mindsets. Because you shouldn't always think something is as it seems without something backing it up. You know, with video games, you can easily look up prices for video games. Clothing is just a nightmare. It's just a fucking nightmare. Okay, so since there was a B door up there, I think I'm gonna switch it back in case I can find a way around. That's probably gonna be my guess, how you get over there. So that way it'll be down if we find it. If we find a way over there from this staircase.
You're all under arrest.
But yeah, so, I mean, the controller looks a little interesting. I like the big dowel, because that has a very simplistic look, but I don't see a lot of complicated games being, like mobile games, I understand the controller's designed for mobile games, but when they say they're going to have the newest Earthworm Jim be exclusive to it, I don't know how it's going to work for Earthworm Jim. Like, Earthworm Jim is a shooty, platformy game, and you have this giant dowel, and you can click the dowel in for one button input and spin it around for all kinds of directions. And I kind of just don't really see how it's going to work for Earthworm Jim or more complicated games. Did he just tell the dogs they're under arrest? Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And now we're going to blackmail them, and they're going to like it. I don't know why they like being blackmailed, but they apparently like it. See, that's why I said, like, all the conversations we have with demons in Eternal Punishment are so fucking... We got a guy who blackmails, a guy who claims you're breaking the law. You can also combo and have Ooh La La claim they're the one who did a marriage scam against her. Nate wants to talk about the future of Japan, which I would imagine most demons don't really give a shit about. Like, the interactions in this game were so weird. They make Persona 1 and 2 Instant Sin, Persona 2 Instant Sin and Persona 1's interactions just look just normal as fuck. Oh no, those are SP draining ones. I don't want SP draining ones. Okay, so that direction, it looks like they do connect, but I probably want to go east and north to make sure there ain't any other items or anything. So let's just avoid the middle. So there's a shuttle there. But yeah, overall, I don't think a lot of people in our crowd are going like... He mentioned, like, in the off comment, like, maybe, because it has, like, a gyroscope in there. He's like, maybe you're playing an RPG and you can use the gyroscope in motion to, like, mix potions and things. And I'm like, your main crowd's gonna be mobile people, so I don't really see a lot of RPGs on this thing. What's under this orange man's regime? They have families being torn apart at the border and dogs being arrested. Be honest, without political climate, I could see someone arguing for it. I'm not sure what the bat reaction to being wiretapped was. Really? That's... Ugh. Okay, that made it, man. Ominous Starcraft? You can go. Okay, well, I found the thing that made him interest now. I've been doing a more complicated version to get him interested. What is up with demons liking being blackmailed? I don't get that. I just don't get that. I love being blackmailed. It's my favorite event in life. Wait a minute, wasn't there that much show? There was nothing now. There was nothing in the middle though. Like an alternate path, I mean? Oh no, it was downstairs, the alternate path.
Police,
that's why it was
everyone
downstairs.
freeze.
But yeah, Tommy's system, I don't think it's gonna really find an audience. Especially, you gotta keep in mind, I think the price point, you might want to double check it on GameStop. I'm not saying that, I think it was $250 or $299, I think. But either way, like, I don't see the, like, the mobile crowd's used to cheap and free. So, you have to pay for this console. I mean, even if it was $100, I still find it, like, people have phones and iPads and, stuff like that, like, that do, you know, other stuff on top of being able to play the games. Like, I don't see a lot of people in the mobile market go like, I can buy this system that only plays games. It has none of the gambling, loot boxes and stuff that makes it quicker or try to get better stuff or that, you know, it's just straight out the game. It's just, I'm concerned about the JCPenney thing affecting it. I mean, I wish him all the luck on it being successful. But I don't really think it's going to interest... Atticusmj is like the only thing anyone in our kind of crowds that do hardcore gaming that have any slight interest in it. I mean, they're advertising like card games, board games and stuff on the game. with some other mobile ports. And by mobile ports, I don't mean like GTA and stuff. I mean like board games and card game type things. Not talking about Final Fantasy 9. Though, I mean, I would imagine, I mean, if they have mobile ports, they would be able to work on it, I would think, but you've been just mainly talking about family-friendly things for it. He just really wants to target the kitchen mom demographic. Like, he literally talked about with UTech about going to some mother's cooking convention or something. It's like the largest convention for moms of something. Like, I think it's about cooking or knitting or something. I don't remember. He's like, I'm gonna go there and advertise this thing. So he really wants to target the demographic that bought a Wii and only played Wii Sports. And that demographic's been consumed by phones. So I don't really see it working out. It's not impossible, obviously. It's just a tough sale to me. So that was the way we need to go south. I think it's going to be a very tough sale. But time will tell. It's supposed to be, I think it's supposed to come out at the end of this year. Let's pull to this one. Oh, better not be Silent Hill syndrome. But yeah, you'd have to look up, and like I said, most of the interviews he's done with people are very long. Like an hour at a minimum. Some of them have been like 3 to 5 hours. So I recommend listening them when you're doing other stuff and not sitting there watching them as the sole thing. If you do check out any of the interviews. I'm pretty sure the Witch one was like 5 hours, and Tipster was like 3 hours, so definitely don't recommend just sitting there watching it solely. But you'd have to see some of the stuff for that. But I really just question how it's going to do. And then of course you got the climate with, you know, all the marketing stuff going on. I guess let's just try Nate first. Looks like kind of a monk-looking type person. Okay, not interested in him. We can go with that then. With pea-sized brains. Yeah, sloth usually makes him happy, so. But if you want to see the device, let me, because I do follow Tommy. I bet if because I can't remember what he called it exactly. Tommy, Talico. Let's see. Now, copy image. So, I just posted the picture to Discord. That's what it looks like. If you want to see what the device looks like. It's very simple looking. It's not complicated or hard to understand. Too much really from what you see there or that. But yeah, I mean, what do you think of how it, like, I mean, to me, I just feel like it kind of looks like a plug and play kind of thing. So another locked door, locked doors, another staircase. No, that's not locked. Locked doors everywhere. Oh, you got a key card, so. I heard you from my co-worker somehow. Okay, well, we can just go straight through that. Wait. And there's this door. Is it wait out? Wait out. So, that one's a no dead end. We'll try to go through here, see what we can find. Let's go ahead and save our progress. But yeah, if you look it up on YouTube, you're likely gonna find a lot of drama stuff about it. But yeah, I don't think it's going to succeed, honestly. I think it's gonna fail. I wouldn't be surprised after maybe a year it comes out, you start seeing the units be on sale at GameStop and stuff. But we'll see. My biggest concerns with it. Oop, new mercenaries. Looks like they got assault rifles. I don't like that. Anyway. You back to healing. Oh, should wait. I haven't checked on you on. Yes, you have. There you go. Now you got that. My biggest concerns with the device is he said that you will require being online to conform ownership of the game, to bring your games to like someone else's house and stuff, so that's concerning to me, ownership rights. He has talked about having physical games, but not many. And I feel like they're gonna try and do like something like Origin 1 and try to hype up them being like, where, like, oh, there's only so many copies now, collectors will get. But if you have to like conform an internet connection to conform like ownership and stuff, that's kind of kills owning it physically. And then there's hacking. I can't really imagine this device having very high security. I mean, fuck, the big companies that do consoles now keep having security issues. I mean, nothing against Tommy. I mean, he's a long time person who's been in the industry, but I can't really imagine him having a higher security than like all the big companies that keep having security issues. So if this thing gets hacked, I would say they're going to have a lot of problems then. Because once they get hacked, they'll likely just start dumping all the games so you can just easily access them. So there's no staircase now. So I went... Yeah, that was the NPC. I was like, that ain't me, right? So I went through there. So I'm accessing the panel again in another area. So if I never quickly B's open right now and A shut. So yeah, I went around now. So that's shut. So this is likely making a shortcut to go back down because there was a door to use the level 2 card. So pretty sure I want to activate this and then go through there and go down, I believe. Oh, don't hit that. I mean, Tommy's a nice guy, like I said. I don't have anything negative about him. I don't have anything against him releasing his console. Those are kind of the concerns I have, is obviously the usual ownership thing. That's, you know, always the thing I'm always really concerned about when buying anything. I mean, I wouldn't want to partially own rights to wear the clothing I buy. If I buy clothing, I want to fucking own it. So, same thing with any of my electronics. If I buy it, I want to actually own it. And GOG and some of Humble Bundle and a few smaller websites are like the only places that really give you any ownership of games. Everywhere else is like, yeah. I mean, I understand concerns about piracy and stuff, but I mean, those people are always going to exist. That's probably the biggest concern I have with this. If it gets cracked, he is screwed. There was a shuttle there. Was it back down? I'm gonna run into a thing right there. That should be closed, yeah. So... facility... I want to go down that one then. Because can you imagine if his system was, like, it was broken open? Oh, I'm all the way at the beginning. What was that one level door to? There was a level 2 door. Oh, there was another level 2 somewhere. I have 3 floors, 1 basement. No, I've seen 2 level 2 doors. That was one now. Was it? Shuttle aid there. I need to see what's to the side there. Also, I didn't get to go up all the way there. So I guess go back to where the NPC is and check out that area over there.
You're all under arrest.
Yeah, the price point, ownership, and just really who it's targeting. Like, I just, like, for me, it's easy. Like, I would go with it over most, like, the casual mobile games that have cash grabby type crap in them. So now we got just one angel, so now we can do a better experiment with these. You know, let's see, maybe a little hard justice. Not exactly what I would expect an angel to actually like, but... What is the humans afterworld like? Pretty girls and boys? Ooh, 40. I wonder how many free cards he would give if I befriended him. Can't go that way. We can go... Oh, whoa.
You
But
want to go?
basically, until his system comes out and more is known about, because he's still keeping a lot of things under wrap, and it's still in development. Like, they're still working on changing things. So, until it really comes out, we'll concretely know what the hell is going on with it. I'm pretty sure, though, I'm not going to have any real interest in it. Because if it fails, the odds are they'll probably put Atticusmj on other systems digitally and shit. So anyone who would be like, oh, well, if it fails, the Atticusmj game will be lost. If it failed, they'll probably port it to something else. You know what? Recoup money. Did the stream die? Oh.
Whoop ass completed.
Okay, it should be back now. See, it did that disconnect again. That's been happening occasionally. It's not a lost frames, it's just disconnect from Twitch. Willy wheel. But yeah, no lost frames, it just disconnected. Well, it's showing all green. So, hopefully it doesn't disconnect again. The few times it's done, it's just done it like once, so. Hey, what's up here? Of course! Of course it'd be a damn little shuttle. So, well, there's 2 items in that room now. I need to find where that other shuttle was. The other level 2 shuttle. Because I could have swore, unless that was it actually. I might saw it from this side. Actually, that would explain. That probably is the case. But no, if that's the case, there has to still be somewhere else to go. So I need to get over here. There's a shuttle there, so all I need to do is obviously go down there. So, did I leap a little? Let's go up and find out. Go back up and should be able to take that path that way. If it's down, I just come down, pull the switch again.
Fools, be gone!
Yeah, I think, what's that card game? There was like a console card game thing, like the last 2 years that came out really expensive, and then it was like on sale like so often for like 2 years. I heard it was a fun party game, but it didn't sell well. Wait, the bat's voice makes it vomit? Corny fairy tales. Yeah. And of course, also you have all the rumors of the PS5 and Xbox X series. Why does Microsoft keep making every fucking system they do more complicated? Like, you have the original Xbox, the Xbox 360, then you have the Xbox One X, and everything keeps making it more complicated to know what the fuck anyone's talking about. And then, of course, they made the Xbox One X, and now they're making the next system, the Xbox X, without the one, and it's just... What the fuck, Microsoft? Can't you just make a simple naming scheme that ain't gonna make it annoying to talk about your fucking consoles for once. But if those both come out next year too, Tommy's little console will probably not get a lot of recognition. People will probably be more busy. Okay, there's a level 2. Should have known. How much you want to bet this Elvale goes white there after this demon fight?
Fools, be gone!
Go.
What do you all think about the next gen consoles? PS5 so far has only showed off its controller. The Xbox X has shown off. I think it showed off its controller too, didn't it? And then they showed off that real live stream where Major Nelson and some other guy were live streaming inside their homes because the coronavirus and show off supposed gameplay. like anyone believes that. Like, especially like when I see a Western trailer, I usually just remain incredible. Okay, so I lost that bit. Fuse box is locked. So that was a bit I lost. But I only watched a little of the Microsoft thing. I haven't watched it fully. I just skimmed a few parts. And it's just, oh look, realistic looking graphics, yay. And I haven't heard anyone really talk about any of the games they showed, so I would imagine there wasn't any really big name stuff involved in any of the games they showed. I mean, to be fair, usually when a new console launches, there's usually not... Like, Nintendo's like the only console that usually has a big name game on launch with their system. Most other companies usually don't have really recognizable stuff on the launch. Usually. Let's check this laboratory. And we haven't sensed any personas yet, so... One lone computer. Oh, he doesn't even... He's just using his laptop, accessing the Wi-Fi. Three minutes later. Spinal nerve transplants? It's based on theory on all official quating persona users. Uh-oh. How does he survive, though? Probably Lumos. Crushing the backup thing. So he's just gonna destroy everything on their end. Big thing. Don't push any buttons. Nope, no buttons. Ooh. Well, this is Resident Evil-ish. Now, this was in the opening. So, now it makes sense why that had joke on it. What is Joker's shadows? Let us out! Let us flee! Yeah, so they're like shadows. That's pretty creepy. It also puts a little light on the Persona 3 a little. Actually, when you think about it, it actually makes a little more sense now. I think about. I don't like how those lights. Oh. Gun him down. Was known as Sardinia. Who in the world translated his last name like that in the OG version of Persona 1? I don't know. Yeah, I would imagine him being alive is just because of rumors. Yeah, you kind of died and said, "Please stop my evil plan," so. Oh, so he's actually acknowledging he died. Now that's an interesting little tidbit. Unless they somehow brought him back by some other means. Though I wouldn't know how the hell they did that. Yeah, at the end he kinda had a little redemption now, and now I guess he just decided, eh. That's also cliche. I don't think he's gonna agree. Well, okay. I was gonna say, he's probably gonna then be like, fuck you. If he says kill him, I'm going to be pissed. You son of a bitch. Woo! That was slick. I'll use coins to battle guns. Here's my coins, you fuck. I mean, that's ridiculous. He's literally flipping coins. Why not use your personas? Paradox boy. So he's been informed about him. You know, actually, maybe he actually even knows what he's talking about, maybe. Also, I wonder what persona he uses now, because his persona was Nepotap. Oh, he actually got them to the truck, though. No, I guess maybe no boss battle? Quick, weld the door shut! You mean, like, fractal trailer thing? Oh. That doesn't look like a very friendly guy. Oh. Oh. That's not good.
Sugimura, is that you?
Forgive me, young man.
Well, guess it's time to put him down then. Okay, everyone's maxed out on everything, so let's throw some files, see what we can find out what's going to be effective. Do I want to try? I would like to try and get rid of the ads again this time. Hopefully I don't have as much trouble as last time. You can just stick on that. If we can get with the ads, should be a pretty easy battle. But you could have the same potential problem again. Let's see if he... Hopefully he doesn't buff the boy like the last fight did. He has Blizzard Breath, so he can definitely hit everything. About 100, almost 100. Pretty decent damage against everyone. So that also means we probably don't want to use that. No, it still hurt him. Okay, so Blizzard's viable. That won't be a problem. Ooh. It can counter. Oh wait, no. Wait, no, never mind. I had a brain fart. Because I forgot I don't have it on when I told it single for boss fights. No, yeah, it went through its tool. I probably want to leave you on healing since he is going to probably. Well, actually. Go ahead, do that for one round.
Persona.
What?
Ads out. Oh, that's not good. Okay, we need to fix that for sure. So I believe I do have an item for Fury, I think. Very quickly. We'll go ahead and let him do it. Punches, poison, Furies. Wait. Keep brain farting. We'll just leave everyone on. So you can go back. Nets.
Hurry up.
I need to make sure if it's set over to attack or she's still doing the heal. See, when I said counterattack thing, I was thinking like, because someone told me, because I said in Innocent Sin, that in Persona 1, there were sometimes special triggers where the personas would do stuff, and someone claimed that's still actually in 2, but I haven't seen it, so I was like, oh. Anyway, okay, yeah, it's on Smoothing Melody still, so go back to that. So far, looks like this should be simple. He's not buffing or healing or anything. They're just doing damage, so we should be able to get where the ads and then just take him out. I think we should be good. I'm not seeing any foreseeable problems so far.
Persona.
Aside from, you know, them doing very good damage, you know, outside of that. Now, I would imagine these damn gods probably have a decent amount of health like the last two ads did. Felt like forever for them to fucking die. Might occasionally have to use that other healing spell the old guy has. The old persona dude has.
Go.
I mean, he's only doing a single attack on a single targeted auto attack anyway, so just depends on longs. As long as we have, I'd say 150, we're probably good. If you get below that, probably whisking them, maybe getting teamed up and killed. I'll just try letting Nate They'll disable a heal, I can just undo. Okay, so they're dying fast. Yeah, so looks like no problems here. Good, good. Which actually means this is the first boss fight that's actually been simple. Because really, when you think about it, every boss fight in the Total Punishment has been painful so far.
Go.
So this will actually be the first boss fight that has just been plain damn simple. A Christmas miracle of some caliber. Nate's gonna miss it all sleeping. And dead. Now, hopefully he doesn't have any like, oh, my ads are dead. I'm going to pull a new list of super moves. I doubt it, but there's always the potential of it.
Persona.
Could always happen. Yeah, I think Bufu. I'm still not sure how to pronounce his name. Bafu? Bufu? I mean, it has the A, unless it's like silent somehow. Like, I would think it's Bafu. Bafu? Bufu? I don't know. But he definitely needs a new persona, because he's starting to lag behind in the damage. Besides, only has one attack anyway, so I'm all for having some support stuff. Give it. That's pretty much, if it spammed that every turn and the gods got like both ganged up on one person, they'd probably be able to kill someone. But of course they're not that smart, so we still got plenty of SP, so yeah, I'm pretty confident it's gonna probably die before we went out. And even if we didn't, what's that chime? Help me!
Persona.
What is that chime supposed to be indicating? Because that's the thing that made me like, oh, did it count on? Like, I don't know what that chime is.
Now, go!
It's over.
Hurry up.
Just not doing the damage. But then to be fair, I think Loshi said he has the lowest tech out of everyone in the party. Unless you like probably, you know, unpurposely get to go up. I think probably everyone's disabled really bad. She only has one healing item. Oh, spell. Let's go ahead and do lock. The lowest. Oh, I think I know what it is. I think the chime indicates the stats element's gone. Okay. Yeah, that was kind of confusing though. Keep doing that. Okay. If he gets a lot of people disabled like that, then he's gonna have a better chance. Okay, I think it's time to throw in a... You're up. I think we're gonna change you and do that bamboo thing.
It's over.
Need some big heals. You gonna live with it? Yes, yes. Okay. I mean, I would probably prefer to do a lot to get the big heal, but I guess you gotta take what you get. No.
I leave it to you.
You had to do my 2 people with healing. Well, with the really good healing. Now I gotta waste turns getting it cured. Head off you. Head off you. Let's change portal. That way they can still do the heal. Zulala still needs some help. And I'll leave for the healing again. Get everyone topped off.
Persona.
Make sure he doesn't get anyone close to dying now. It's a little random on the high heals, but it does really good. I mean, even on the low end, it's doing what, like, Medea does, so... Yeah, go back to attacking. Holy light will do anything to him. See. Like I said, I've tried it on different things, and it's just been doing 0 damage, so... Like... I think there's some more to it, because I can't imagine everything heal being, like, immune to holy. No, he actually took damage from it.
Persona.
I should see if the combo with the 2 of them would deal good damage. Let's see, fusion. Let's see, that's inflicts huge launch. That requires. So then, if I do that, then I probably want to switch. He's getting low though. Right now, don't need to heal. Let's go ahead and send him on attacking and save him for healing. Because if this does good damage, then we'll want to spam it a few times. No, no, no!
Dodge this.
And he ruins it. Oh, there. I messed that up. Okay. I've been buying extras of this stuff, but I'm gonna need more. Okay, let's get Maya out first. And get... on the upside, we can see how he takes physical damage. Wow, she even did 21 damage. She has 2 strength. But he's good at dodging coins, apparently. Okay. Out. I don't think I have there was be in the other one, didn't he? So you go ahead, just do a round of healing. Bet. Give us an idea if there'll be worth doing the huge one anyway. Oh yeah, I think we should try the huge one.
Hurry up.
Let's give it a try. So let's try the one that's huge. But this one's like... Stop disabling my damn candles. Thank you very much.
Persona.
Try this again. Thank you for not berserking someone. Okay, wait. Yeah, that didn't do too much more, but that could also be... I think Wolf was in now. It's kind of shitty when you select this. You don't really get to choose who, it just picks some counters. See, he's in stuff. I didn't pay attention, it was at the end. Aqua Fire Orth. I just about to do the other one then, since it did like 150. So that's... And I guess you go ahead and go back to Smoothing Melody. No, actually, maybe just let you do Medea. You have a medium file. That's...
Prompt decision, prompt battle.
Definitely has the HP, that's for sure. I think we're pretty much good. I don't know if I... Oh, there we go. I was gonna say, I'm not sure if I want to use SP item. Because we're not like in a super bad position, so okay, over 300. Be 2 in tech, 1 agility. Ah. Why is it still on no? Why do you do this? And he's dead. Well, well, you're emotional. Make me your prince. Okay, I'm just trying to imagine him being a princess at business now. Well, I think we need some handcuffs, because clearly we need to make sure he doesn't attack anyone. Watch, I bet he took the hard drive out. He took it out, I bet. Called it. Well, we need to get him out of here quickly if we're gonna do something. Oh. You know, he just called us mortals for fighting the demon-possessed person, and we just randomly shot guards just now. The officer, no less. The officer, no less, is shooting. You know, this is a lot of motion for this type of game, actually. Shoot him! Take the tires out! Damn it, Steve! It's the tires, not the back door, you fool. Wait, what? What the fuck? And why didn't the big guy get... Wait, he... Let's go back to my residence. This is a high-profile inn, too. Now the question is, who killed them exactly. And now everyone's toying in the Jokers, and everything's a giant mess. Supposedly. Ellipses. Well, at least I did them all together instead of separately. JSM. I mean, I would assume the J stands for Joker, but what the hell can the SM? Kagaway. 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 Hatred and fear. So yeah, it's extracting a shadow essentially. But well, I guess it's still alive because I mean we know if a shadow dies, you kill the owner. So I guess it's technically still alive. Well, for now. A lot of weird elements all happening here. Where the hell did they go? Well, of course it's in a panic. There's mass mortal going around everywhere. Well, you would think at this point people would stop calling themselves and requesting people to die when at this point it's already known if you do that you turn into a Joker. But then again, we also had a long conversation of people wasting money and things. So... oh, great. Now people not using the Joker course are turning into Jokers. So, now we don't even know what's causing people to become Joker now. Why are they collecting essentially shadows from people? You know, it's kind of a weird method, though. Basically forcing the user to have a negative persona and then extracting it as a shadow. Smile Mall. Oh. Yeah. Well, maybe if we're lucky, maybe it'll turn out something good.